Hi guys, I'm live. How you guys doing? So, hope you enjoyed my videos I've been doing. I want to do a video for my tribute to Black History Month because this is Black History Month. I learned this fact from the fact that I called um, a really pretty black girl. I said, "I like your dreadlocks," and she said, "They're locks." They were called dreadlocks to put down the slaves. This is Black History Month. And I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't even know that that was true, nor did I know it was Black History Month." So I'm doing a tribute to Black History Month right now. Hope you guys enjoy it. Please don't think I'm being condescending because I'm not. And let's just start this. First of all, my dad's favorite actor was Sidney Poitier, who was a black dude. I don't know much about his movies, but my dad really liked him. Favorite actor, only actor he really ever mentioned. He didn't wasn't into actors. He didn't say he liked this actor or that actor. But what I did know was his favorite actor was Sidney Poitier, was a black dude. So there's that. Secondly, Martin Luther King Jr. was really cool. In fact, a white boy band called U2 did a song called Pride in the Name of Love about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And the lyrics kind of go something like, early morning, April 4. Oh, well, one man come in the name of love, one man come and go. Early morning, it's a really cool song. Shot rang down in the Memphis sky. Free at last, they took your life. They could not take your pride. In the name of love. One more in the name of love. In the name of love. One more in the name of love. It's all about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I really think that's so cool. When someone who wants peace but gets killed, but gets a tribute by one of the greatest bands in history, U2. At least I think U2 are great. I know that Bono got into political stuff that maybe makes him unpopular, but I think he was one of the best singers ever. I don't go on about U2 because they didn't really have a shredder guitarist. They weren't really heavy metal, but if you take away those two elements, they're the best band standing. Doesn't have a shredder guitarist and isn't totally balls out rock and roll. If you make that distinction, you really can't beat U2. I really dig U2. I haven't gone on about them, but I really like U2. I really like Bono. One of my personal favorite actors is Denzel Washington. I think he's so cool. First of all, besides acting, he speaks out about his Christian faith and he's not afraid to. He said on one of his interviews, he said, "I don't fear man, I fear God. I don't fear man." And I respect that. And he shows it by speaking up for God in public profiles when he's a great actor. So he's already like got greatness. Aren't you supposed to toe the line of the common thought and not break, don't rock the boat. Don't talk about God if you're famous, but he doesn't care. He doesn't fear man. He fears God. And I appreciate that. And I respect that. And I love all his movies. Which ones do I like the best? Let me think. I like Fallen. Well, he actually plays like a part. He actually speaks in the movie as a demon, but hey, that's cool. I like Man on Fire. I like Deja Vu. That is such a cool movie. It has Jim Caviezel in it also, and Val Kilmer. I just really dig Denzel Washington. It'd be cool to meet him someday. Who else? Jimi Hendrix, greatest rock and roll guitarist of all time. I mean, who wouldn't want to? I mean, the dude. Actually, Jimi Hendrix was so cool that he got up on stage and a couple times, at least one time, probably several times, guys would say, "Hey, you want my girlfriend?" He would go, "No, I've got mine, thank you." That's pretty cool when a rock star is so cool that fans offer him their girlfriends. I think that's cool. I mean, isn't that the ultimate currency? Your girlfriend, people show off their girlfriends all the time. I see it. I kind of laugh. Like, well, first of all, you've only got one girl. Second of all, don't be too cocky, dude. It's up to the girl, not you. And second of all, third of all, the girl winks at me while he's not looking. Whatever. But anyway, and then also Michael Jackson, who I just did Way Make Me Feel. That wasn't intention. I didn't intentionally put that in there because of Black History Month. I just literally did Michael Jackson. That's who was on my mind. Michael Jackson was so cool. I mean, the king of pop. There was a contest. I don't know who the judges were, but it was a big thing in the 90s, like 92 or 93, something like that, but some TV show, some TV channel did the best pop stars of all time countdown. I don't know how many were in, 50 maybe, I don't know. But number 1 and 2 were up to who do you guys think? Biggest pop stars of all time. Could be anything goes. It came down to Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson. Guess who won? Michael did. Michael got number 1. Elvis Presley got number 2. So Michael Jackson beat the king, Elvis. The king of pop. The king of pop beat the king in this contest. Look it up. Google it. I know what happened because I was there. I wasn't on the show, but I was there in those days. I remember it happening on TV. Michael Jackson got number 1. Elvis Presley got number 2. That's pretty badass to beat Elvis Presley. And Michael was so cool. I mean, I know people always like to smear people once they get famous. They just find some dirt on them and then make that the story. But I don't buy it. I don't care. I don't this or that about him. And then that defines him, and people just think the worst. And it's just first of all, who cares? Second of all, is that even true? And third of all, I don't care if it's true. I think Michael Jackson was really cool. I really dug his sense of rhythm, his vibe, his voice, his tone. He was cool, and he handled being the most famous person on the planet pretty well. I think. I don't think it went to his head, and I don't think it caused him like a nervous breakdown. I think his breakdowns were caused from the fact that he knew that the people Illuminati were after him or something like that. Kind of like Martin Luther King thing, but he kind of sensed it or knew about it. Well, the same thing happened to Mozart. Mozart was kind of afraid of that, and they might have killed turns out that might have happened to Mozart too. Well, it might have happened to Michael Jackson. I'm not an expert on that, but something tells me he kind of sensed that somebody was after him in the Illuminati, and maybe been right because he might have been poisoned to death. It's my feeling. That's just what I think. Anyone else? What I'm thinking here. Oh, and while I'm talking, I think Black women are so cool. They have the best shape. I mean, not always, and that doesn't mean white girls don't have good shapes too, but Black girls have cool shapes. I really like their shapes. And anything else? I'm just brainstorming here. Something told me to do this video. Just thinking. Let me think here. Anybody else I'm missing? Anything I'm not thinking of? Other Black actors I like: Roger Glover, Damon Wayans. Let me think here. The guy that plays God, Morgan Freeman, and the guy that played in Matrix. Didn't rehearse this. It starred Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah, I mean, I think that it's really sick to have any human as another human be a slave, and I really have a I don't think that's a horrible thing that happened in history. It wasn't right. Out of it came the blues music, which black people actually started. They actually made blues, made rock and roll, according to that's what Muddy Waters said. Muddy Waters was a black dude, and he said blues birthed the baby, and they called it rock and roll. And all the black people, and Joe Seneca played the old man, played Willie Brown in Crossroads movie. Robert Judd played Satan in the Crossroads movie. Um, Joe Morton played the Devil's Henchman in Crossroads, and also played Miles Bennett Dyson in Terminator 2. He's a really cool actor. All these guys. I like Joe Morton, cool. But Robert Judd never got the credit he deserved for playing Satan in Crossroads. I mean, that guy was so cool as Satan. And then I liked in the movie how in the final cross guitar duel thing, the way Joe Seneca nodded to Robert Judd as Satan, gave him honor, gave him respect, because he knew who he was. He didn't just go, oh, he knew who Satan was. And he gave Satan due respect in that movie. You watch the way Joe Seneca gave respect to to Robert Judd as Satan. I appreciate that, and I think that's cool. I think it's right, and I think it's cool. All this Christian stuff wouldn't happen without Satan. We needed Satan to. Satan was inevitable, first of all. If there's any way that someone could fall, someone will fall. It's Murphy's law. If something can't happen, it will happen. Something can go wrong, it will go. Something can go wrong, it will go wrong, and it went wrong. And Satan had to be someone, and it had to happen because it just all had to happen the way it did. Otherwise, there'd be no Christianity, and there'd be no drama, there'd be no sin, there would have been no challenge to God's authority and sovereignty, and it just would have been a boring universe. Adam and Eve would still be blissfully ignorant of their nakedness in the Garden of Eden, and what a crock. Someone would eventually have that fruit anyway. Even Joe Holden, pastor for Calvary Chapel, Temecula, said that even if Adam and Eve wouldn't have eaten it, somebody would have eventually eaten it. And that's a pastor saying that, not a pastor I like, but a pastor said that. Admitted it. Someone was going to eventually eat that fruit. Might as well have been Adam and Eve to get it, get it over with. Anyway, love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.